Win or lose, drivers had much to say after Sunday's 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500. Will Power, no. 12 Verizon Team Penske Chevrolet, Indy 500 winner. Man, I just can't believe it. I changed my attitude a lot after Barber. Very positive, I had a great month. I just can't believe it. Got to thank Roger Penske, Verizon and my parents for allowing me to get to this point. I can't describe it. I feel like collapsing. I want to cry. I couldn't stop screaming. I can't believe it. About last restart, I'm like, I have to get these guys. I don't know how much fuel they got, but this is the restart of my life. And then I go on, and the two, Stephen Wilson and Jack Harvey, pit, and I'm like, man, I think I'm going to win this. I was screaming with 1 to go. Man, I got this. Unbelievable. I was wondering if I was ever going to win it, and thoughts went through my mind during the month like that. In my career, I've had so many wins, so many poles. But everyone always talks about the 500, and I won it. I just couldn't imagine winning a race in front of crowd like this many people. It's just amazing. What an event. I love it. Ed Carpenter Racing Fuzzy's Vodka Chevrolet finished second. I'll feel pretty good about this in a couple days, I think. The team really did a great job all month long, all day long, really. Pit stops were really good. It was almost like being out front early probably hurt us a little bit, just because guys started saving fuel a little earlier. We got behind on the fuel save. Track position was everything we thought it was going to be coming into the day. You heard the drivers talk all week. Just couldn't quite get it back from him. We were saving fuel through the middle part of the race when everyone was essentially trying to cut out a stop. That was a little odd. You never know how these races are going to unfold. I thought for the most part the team executed well. I thought there's only a couple little things that I can reflect on in the short term right now that maybe could have made a difference. All in all, I thought Will Power won the race and we ended up second, and we'll be happy with that. We'll come back stronger next year. Scott Dixon, no. PNC Bank Chip Ganassi Racing Honda finished third. We were trying to save fuel at the end and we knew we had to take a gamble with the PNC Bank car. We just didn't have the top speed today and the restarts were tough. That was all due to my team though. They made that great strategy call and all I did was get the fuel number they gave me. Huge congrats to Will Power. I know he's been very hungry for this and congratulations to him. Alexander Rossi, no. 27 Napa Auto Parts Honda finished fourth. I feel like we did what we could, and we maximized what we had. The Napa Know-How Andretti Honda team did everything right. I don't look back on anything and wish we'd done anything different. Despite it was a good day from a championship perspective. We didn't have enough to win, but congrats to Will Power. Brian Hunter-Reay, number 28 DHL Honda, finished fifth. It was a good race all day. When we were all mixed up in traffic, the No. 28 car was really strong, but once it started stringing out we just didn't have it. We really fought hard, but we just didn't have the speed in the end. But the bigger problem was the lap traffic. We really had a good race car until we had to deal with guys that were doing 200 miles per hour out there, like Jay Howard. Then, Zach Klom and DeMello came out right at the end in the mix of the top 5. I don't know what teams were thinking. The DHL boys did a great job today, just a little bit too short at the end. But congrats to Will Power, he definitely has a well-rounded career now. Simon Pagenaud, number 22 Menards Team Penske Chevrolet, finished 6th. It was all about track position today. We had a fantastic no. 22 Menards Chevrolet. I want to take my hat off to Chevrolet and the whole Team Penske. I'm so happy for Will Power. We've been rivals. We've been friends and teammates. I know how he feels right now. That's my next goal, and he has just accomplished that. Race car life accomplished. It's a big weight off his shoulders. I'm honestly super happy for him. There's no better man than Will to win this race. He's been through a lot. Today's all about him right now, it's not about me. Carlos Munoz, no. 29 Ruoff Home Mortgage Honda, finished 7th. It's another top 10 for my career. I think I only have one outside the top 10 because of a penalty. I think what hurt me was the yellows towards the end. We had a really good strategy going on, same as Rahal, and we were in a really good place. I think I chickened out a little bit on the restarts because I wasn't up to speed. That hurt me a little bit on the restarts. I was a little bit cautious, so some people overtook me, but at the end of the day I think I gained back all the positions on track. It's a top 7, so, great. Joseph Nedwarden, number 1 Verizon Team Penske Chevrolet, finished 8th. It was more difficult this year, but I think still a great race. I think we fought back for points, which was good. We just got out of position there on pit stops and just struggled with the yellows. They didn't fall our way. We were fighting from 20th, 15th place. I think we had a good car up front. I wasn't so good in the back. Once I got 15th or 20th, I struggled a little bit. But we were making slow progress. We got back in the top 10 but can't be too satisfied. It was a great day for Team Chevy and Team Penske, as well. I'm happy for Will Power, I just wish it was our day. We had an amazing Indiana crowd, as always. This is the best race of the year, and hopefully we'll have a better shot next time. Robert Wickens, no. 6 Lucas Oil SPM Honda, finished 9th. It was an emotional roller coaster today. I thought we had a great car, but we just couldn't progress. We would make some moves forward with the strategy, and then we would get a yellow that would put us at the back again. Hats off to the Lucas Oil SPM boys, we had great pit stops all day. Finally, at the end we could let loose and pick people off, and we went from 19th to 9th in the last 10 laps. Day was a lot of fun. I'm leaving here feeling like I want more, but a top 10 finish as a rookie in the Indy 500, it's hard to complain. Graham Rahal, no. 15 United Rentals Honda, finished 10th. I thought our United Rentals car was very good, it just became a track position race and the yellows were way too long. The strategy that we played when we got to the lead on lap 100, had the yellows not taken so long every single time, we would have been one pit stop less than the rest. We were good to make it on one more stop and everybody else wasn't. There were 3 or 4 of us in that situation, me, Joseph Newgarden, I think, Robert Wickens maybe and Carlos Munoz. We had played it right. It obviously sucks to leave here another year and not get a win, particularly when the race car was pretty good. I need to be more aggressive on the restarts. I didn't really want to try the second lane because there was a lot at stake. I didn't want to put the thing in the fence, but I saw a lot of guys doing it in the second lane, so the last restart I did, I made up 3 or 4 spots, but I'm just disappointed because I want to get out of here with a win someday. Junior Hildebrand, no. 66 Salesforce DRR Chevrolet, finished 11th. It was a very long race. We tried very hard to gain some track position in the pits, and every time it sort of ended up to be a little bit of a wash where the yellow fell. They guys did a great job all race long. No mistakes from anyone on the strategy side or pit lane side. Every time we took a gamble, it didn't really seem to hurt us. Always good to get 500 miles under your belt here, the track, and to finish the race. To see so many guys today have a really tough day as far as handling very poorly really early in the stint. I was fortunate to be right around a few of them, and watching them happen like that could have been as if we were a little worse or a little less careful. Happy to bring the thing back in one piece. Would have liked to have snuck it into the top 10 there at the end, but kudos to the team. They did a great job with the Salesforce car all month long in what turned out to be real tough conditions. You always appreciate being able to put 200 laps in here. You always learn a bunch of stuff. You learn things about driving the car. You learn what you need in the car. You learn about conditions and what other guys have learned about the car. We won't forget that stuff when we come back next year. Marco Andretti, number 98 US. Concrete Curb Honda, finished 12th. We seemed to be there in the beginning and then just lost something at the end. We were trying to figure out what it was, but I just lost pace in the end. We were sort of where we needed to be, not really to win the race, but right up in the thick of things, and we just slipped down. We think we know what it was, but knowing that now makes us a day late and $1 short. Big thanks to my US Concrete guys for the hard work all month long. Matt Leist, no. For ABC Supply, AJ Foyt Racing Chevrolet, finished 13th, first Indy 500 done. I'm pretty happy with the performance, managed to complete the whole race, and it was probably the most difficult race I've ever done, you know. Pretty difficult, pretty tricky, and the car was changing a lot from one stint to the other, so it was a long day. I'm happy for the team, I think we deserved it, and I'm looking forward to the next race now. Gabby Chaves, no. 88 Harding Group Chevrolet, finished 14th. It was a race of perseverance for us. First 150 laps were really tough because the car was a bit all over the place. At the end we had a nice change that completely turned the car around, and, all of a sudden, I was passing cars and driving as hard as I could. That put us in a really good position to where if we hadn't been unlucky in the last restart with the lapped cars that went through pit lane on the last few laps, we would have had a top 10 finish. Stefan Wilson, no. 25. With that strategy call, we knew we were gambling, we knew we were rolling the dice. We were just hoping for another yellow flag at the end. I was leading, and I knew we were strong enough and wouldn't be able to be passed, but the yellow just didn't come. While I was out there leading, I was just out there thinking, if it goes yellow now my dreams are made. It didn't happen, but we led our first laps. We learned a hell of a lot this month and it was mad fun, so I'm leaving here with a smile on my face and my head held high. Jack Harvey, no. 60 AutoNation, Sirius XM MSR with SPM Honda, finished 16th. It's the Indy 500, the biggest one of the year, so the team didn't have to apologize to me for going for it. We nearly made the strategy work, but there were a few bits where we just couldn't hit the numbers. We ran up to the front at the end and went 3 wide into turn 1 on the last restart. I tried to drive the best race I could and we finished 16th, which is a pretty good day considering where we started. Looking at where we were last year and where we are today, it's a night and day difference. Thank you to AutoNation and Sirius XM and all of the supporters and sponsors that we have, and to Michael, Shay, for believing in me. This is a good program that's getting off the ground and this is good momentum to keep going. Oriole Servia, no. 64 Scuderia Casa, Manitowoc Honda, finished 17th. I am really proud of the whole effort. When you come as a one-race team, it is really hard to beat the guys that are full season, so just doing it for your run for the money like we did is really great. It was great running up front. It showed we had a good speed, great passes, and restarts. We took a risk on this strategy and it almost worked. I am very proud of everyone. Everyone at RLL, Rahal Lanigan, Letterman Racing, and Scuderia Casa were here to win and we showed that we really went for it. Charlie Kimball, no. 23 Fiasp Chevrolet, finished 18th. Major props to everyone on the Carlin team. They've worked so hard since November to put this program together. To come out and qualify 2 cars in the top 20 and finish the race with 2 cars in one piece in the top 22 in their first Indianapolis 500 is impressive. I'm just really proud of these guys. Everyone really did a great job all month. I'm excited to come back next year with everything we learned this year, both in qualifying and in the race. We will definitely do some things differently, but that's the thing about the first time, you learn so much and we'll just keep moving forward from here. We're looking forward to another 100 points up for grab next weekend in Detroit. Zachary Klum and DeMello, no. 19 Paysafe Honda, finished 19th. It was a cool experience getting to race the number 19 Paysafe car at the Indy 500. I really enjoyed my time. As much as I wanted to do better, we went for it. We gambled, and it didn't work, but I'm happy we went for it. That's what the sport is about, and we took the risk. I finished the race, I got a lot of experience under my belt and it will benefit me a lot when I come back next year. I think one more yellow and we would have had a better result. From the crowd, to everything, it's been super surreal. I loved it. I enjoyed the whole month and I can't wait to hopefully be back next year. Spencer Pigot, no. 21 Preferred Freezer Service Chevrolet, finished 20th. We started off well, then came the speeding penalty and next thing I know, we are a lap down. We weren't able to get it back. I know we had enough speed to finish in the top 10, but unfortunately, we didn't have that luck and finished farther back. I'm still really thankful for my team, especially the Preferred Freezer guys, for giving me a great car all month, and our fans, too. It was good to be a part of it all. Connor Daly, no. 17 United States Air Force Honda, finished 22nd. I think we have to be pretty happy from where we started. We thought it was going to be a lot more of a difficult day. We ended up being pretty competitive and passing some cars. On track we were running with Robert Wickens and Stephen Wilson, behind guys that finished in the top 15, but every time we pitted it went yellow. Again, I can't seem to find any luck here. I would have been super happy finishing in the top 15 because I knew I was faster than those guys all day. That's just the frustrating part. But I want to thank everyone that helped put this program together from the US. Air Force, Tom Burns, Dale Coyne, everyone on the team. I'm super grateful for the opportunity. Max Chilton, no. 59 Gallagher Chevrolet, finished 22nd, yeah, that's just the brutal life of the Indianapolis 500. At times you feel like you're doing well and then at times it's like the world is against you. I think we did a reasonable job for our first time entering the race as a new team and we did a good job in qualifying. There are definitely things we've learned and we'll come back stronger next year. Honestly, I just didn't have the pace. I tried in traffic but I just couldn't do much with the car. We tried a different fuel strategy at the end but we just couldn't make it. It was great to see so many Gallagher guests at the track this weekend to cheer on the No. 59 Gallagher Chevrolet and we're looking forward to Detroit next weekend. Zach Veach, no. 26 Relay, Group 1001 Honda, finished 23rd. It was a long day in general for us to end up where we did. 2 pit fires and the balance of the car wasn't where we would have liked it to be, so we had to work on it the entire time. We finally got it closed the last couple stops but just my mistake. I took us in a direction on a setup that I thought was going to be good, but I think that's what hurt us come race day. Overall though, I'm just really grateful to have my first 500 with the team under my belt and can't thank my teammates and my relay crew enough for all the hard work. Jay Howard, no. 7-1 Cure Schmidt Peterson Motorsports, AFS Racing Honda, finished 24th. Today started off really well. We were moving forward, overtaking cars, so to be able to move forward felt pretty great. All of a sudden, it was like a light switch and the one Cure car, no matter what we did, it just wasn't very quick. It was a frustrating day for everyone. I just want to thank the CSU and One Cure folks for giving us the opportunity to be here and work with the SPM boys and Honda. The positive out of this is that we brought it home with all 4 wheels on it. It was a good month for us, and I only wish we could end it on a bit more of a high. Tony Kanaan, no. 14 ABC Supply AJ Foyt Racing Chevrolet, finished 25th, man, the speedway, right? We had a great day going and then we had a puncture that put us behind all day long, so I was playing catch-up. It was not for lack of trying, we came back from all the way from the back of the pack to the inside of the top 10. Great restarts and, oh my god. So, it wasn't our day. I mean, we have a great thing going, this team is very promising, so we will leave here with our heads up. We had great pit stops, and I mean it wasn't our day, and to finish 9th or last for me it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make an excuse, I made a mistake trying and that for me, in my book, it's totally fine. I'm looking forward to the future on this team. Saeed Karam, no. 24 Wix Filters DRR Chevrolet, finished 26th. I really don't know what happened because the race car was stable in the rear end all day. Then all of a sudden, the car just snapped around without any notice. It is extremely puzzling. We had a pretty good car all day and then that happened. I'm upset because I felt like we had a car to race into the top 5 today. I feel badly because the DRR crew worked so hard to prepare a good machine this month. Then, this happens. I love Indy so much and now my race ends like this. I know I want to come back here next year and race hard again. Helio Castroneves, no. 3 Pennzoil Team Penske Chevrolet, finished 27th. The car was actually handling good. I couldn't get too close to other guys. I guess when I went to pass Ryan Hunter-Reay on the outside, maybe got a little debris on the tire, I don't know. That was obviously the first time. My worry was actually turn 1, not so much in turn 4, so I felt a little bit movement, but I was feeling that most of the time. But this time, unfortunately the rear just over-rotated. The Shell Pennzoil Chevy was really good, so now let's cheer for our teammates. I mean Will Power is doing a great job, Simon Pagenaud, and also Joseph Newgarden up there, heat for the day. Yeah, I think we were just learning the car. Obviously, I mean you can see some other cars be able to run them or a little closer without an issue. Myself, for example, when I had the opportunity, I went for it. Maybe with older tires, maybe it wasn't the time to do it, but I felt everything was going to momentum. It's a shame. It caught us by surprise. We will learn a little more and hopefully can convince RP, Roger Penske, to bring me back. Sebastian Bourdais, no. 18 Team Sealmaster Honda, finished 28th. The Sealmaster Honda, no. 18 was pretty good, but on a couple of restarts I got caught out and wasn't aggressive enough, so I got chewed up by a bunch of guys. I was trying to make up for lost ground and picking them off one by one. The stint before was really strong, the car felt very good, so when I left the pits I was trying to get ahead of Alexander Rossi. I got a good run on him coming off of turn 3 and tried to stay in and make the pass. The car unloaded and I tried to dive through the understeer. The front hooked a little bit and snapped out on me, and that was that. I gave it my best shot and, unfortunately, those things were really tricky today with the heat. The downforce was really low and it was very difficult to be flat. I'm just disappointed for the Dale Coyne-Vasser-Sullivan guys. They worked so hard all month and we lost a chance on some valuable championship points. Kyle Kaiser, no. 32 NFP, Juncos Racing Chevrolet, finished 29th, obviously, a disappointing end to what I think could have been a really good race. All month has been pretty amazing. We have fought our way back from a lot. We got the car pretty good and had an amazing qualifying and a really good starting position for the race. We fell back in the beginning of the race with a bad pit stop on my part, but we were fighting back. We got one lap back and I know we were going to get the other one back. We had a really good race car. We were hanging with guys that were running up front and we were fighting through the field. We are not 100% sure what put us out of the race, but we know that it was out of our control. I am just very happy with everything this month. It was a great experience. I was improving and I learned so much. I can't wait to be back next year. I want to say thanks to the team and everyone on the team for doing their part and bringing me a great race car. I also want to thank NFP for their support and family and friends that came out to make this day possible and to cheer me on. Danica Patrick, no. 13 GoDaddy Chevrolet, finished 30th. I do feel like it was unexpected, but on the other hand, the car was a little bit positive today and turning more than I wanted.